Executive Council of National Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. He's also the Vice Rector of Vietnam Buddhist University, Hanoi, and Senior Lecturer in the Tran Nan Tong Academic Institute for the Vietnam National University, Hanoi. I would really welcome the most vulnerable. Either he would like to come here and present, or you would like to stay seated. Please come to the rostrum. Let's welcome most vulnerable.
Thank you very much, Dr. Moderator. Yes. Most venerable monks of Sangha, Excellencies, distinguished professors, scholars, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Talat Sabir, Director of the China-Pakistan Study Center of ISSI, and the Embassy of Pakistan in Hanoi to inviting me to participate and also stand before you to have a speech at the very meaningful conference, Gandhara Symposium. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, in my knowledge, the rich tapestry of history, Pakistan stands as a land of cultural diversity, where echoes of ancient civilization resolate through times. One such remarkable legacy lies in the profound influence of Buddhism, which flourished in this region centuries ago. Buddhism has played a significant role in shaping the history and culture of what is now Pakistan. Lasted for more than 10 centuries from around 800 BCE to 500 CE. Pakistan is blessed with rich cultural heritage and is known as the cradle of civilization, especially the Gandhara civilization of Buddhism. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, peace is a timeless aspiration that transcends boundaries and unites humanity in its pursuit. The intertwining thread of Pakistan Buddhist heritage offers a unique pathway to peace, not only in its historical context, but also in its contemporary relevance. Unveiling Pakistan's Buddhist legacies unveils a tapestry of interconnected narrative embodying the shared aspiration for harmony and tranquility. The remnants of magnificent Buddhist sites scattered across the picturesque square landscapes of Pakistan beckon us to explore the essence of peace that emanated from their foundations. These sites serve as silent witnesses to the interplay of cultures, the exchange of ideas, and the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. The significance of Pakistan's Buddhist legacy extends far beyond its historical values. It brings the possibility to encourage tolerance, dialogue, and coexistence in the present-day context. By rediscovering and maintaining this heritage, Pakistan can rekindle a sense of shared humanity, transcending diverse and cultural differences. It provides a bridge to adverse interfaith harmony, letting different communities appear together and beguish in meaningful conversation that paved the way for shared knowledge and respect. In addition, Pakistan Buddhist heritage contains invaluable lessons of nonviolent compassion and awareness. The teaching and philosophy of Buddhism resonates throughout the age and can inspire individuals and communities to adopt a peaceful way of life. By exploring these teachings, we discover the compassion of inner peace and the transformative power of the art of self-expression, which ultimately lead to more harmonious coexistence in society. Beyond the realm of spirituality and personal development, Pakistan Buddhist heritage is also vast. It shows potential for economic development and education. Preserving and promoting the ancient sites as cultural treasure attracts global attention and promotes tourism, creating economic opportunities for local communities. Moreover, the economic study of this heritage provides fertile ground for scholars and researchers to discover the historical nuance of artist expression and Renaissance practice of ancient civilization. We aim to explore a more harmonious relationship between the worlds. We embrace the opportunity to cultivate peace within ourselves by releasing Pakistan Buddhist heritage and creating a transformative ripple effect that reverberates beyond the border of this glorious land, Pakistan. As a custodian of this preserved heritage, Pakistan recognizes the transformative power it possesses. The Pakistan government and its international partners have taken significant steps to preserve and promote these ancient Buddhist sites. Pakistan moved arms to create a platform for cross-cultural dialogue and promote mutual respect and understanding among countries. Revealing Pakistan Buddhist heritage invited academic historians and enthusiasts worldwide to engage in research, collaboration, and knowledge exchange. Through intellectual endeavors like this, we can uncover hidden stories from the past, challenges preconceived notions, embrace diversity, foster unity, and ultimately pave the way for a more peaceful future. It is a collective responsibility that transcends borders, cultures, and religions. It conveys a broad message of tolerance and coexistence by acknowledging and celebrating Pakistan's Buddhist heritage. We build bridges rather than walls. We seek to increase in understanding rather than permanently divide. Exploring Pakistan Buddhist heritage should stimulate curiosity, meaningful dialogue, and a spirit of collaboration. Let us begin this journey with peace, respect, shared heritage principles. As we explore the hidden treasure of the past, we invite all to seek wisdom, a sustainable, peaceful future of harmony and compassion. It teaches us to develop empathy, find inner peace, and extend that peace to the world around us. As we explore Pakistan Buddhist heritage, we discover archaeological wonders such as ancient monastic structure, sacred artifacts that testify the profound influence of Buddhism in the region. It's the path that leads to a deeper understanding of the diverse cultural tapestry that unites our global society. This study allows us to transcend religious and geographical boundaries and embrace the common human experience that connects us all. Through this lens, we understand that peace extends beyond the absence of conflict. Respect is the condition under which dialogue and cooperation thrive. Pakistan Buddhist heritage attests the ability of ancient wisdom to lead us to more peaceful and connected world. It's the action to action that embrace the legacy, values, and encourage them to build a lasting path of unity, compassion, and peace for generations to come. Let us continue and to follow in the footsteps of our forefathers and explore Pakistan Buddhist heritage and the path of peace. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the great religion of Buddhism, which starts in India and Pakistan, has been seen as a stronghold of Mahayana Buddhism and the second holy land of Buddhism in history, has made its way to Vietnam more than 2,000 years ago, following the maritime trade route and also Silk Road. Right from the beginning, it has played an important role in the spiritual life of the Vietnamese people and stood as strong testimony to civilizational and cultural linkage. As a strongly Buddhist country and striving to uphold and spread the global idea of Lord Buddha, the National Vietnam Buddhist Sangha has always been active, proactive, promoting mutual understanding, increasing tolerance and dialogue in a spirit of understanding and respect among belief, religions, backgrounds, and different culture for the world peace. In conclusion, my speech, I highly appreciate the China-Pakistan Study Center, ISSI, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Pakistan for their support in organizing. In the present context, more than ever, we need to strengthen the education of people about religious tolerance in order to build a peaceful world together. We wish you all good health, happiness, success under the blessing of Lord Buddha and God. Thank you for your listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, most honorable, for your illuminating speech. It is always a pleasure to hear from our fellow brethren from across the world when they speak so highly of Buddhism. Is it yours? Thank you. So when they speak highly of the Gandhara heritage that essentially belongs to Buddhism, but we also are inheritor of this glorious tradition that we cannot be, proud enough. So with these words, I would invite my second speaker, Venerable Welwita Sijiwa Thiro. Venerable Thiro is the coordinator of Buddhist activities, Ministry of Buddhist Sasana, Religious and Cultural Affairs. He is the Deputy Principal of Mount Lavina Buddhist Institute, Colombo, affiliated with Malawata Chapter of Buddhism. Most honorable, please welcome.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. bless all you. Good afternoon. Venerable Mahasangha, distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. This occasion is very important for all us. We are very thankful to Sri Lanka Pakistan Ambassador and Pakistan government and Institute Strategic Studies in Islamabad for inviting to this Gandhara Symposium to make few words about Gandhara civilization and celebrating Pakistan's Buddhist heritage. So, Pakistan is an important country when studying ancient Buddhist art and culture and Buddhist heritage. Especially the Gandhara region, which is currently located in Pakistan, is significant. It stretches 100 kilometers towards east and west from the western Indus River and 70 kilometers towards north and south. It is covered with mountain from 3 sides. In early day, the main city was Purushapuraya, which is currently known as Peshawar. You know Gandhara located. When Buddhism is in Pakistan is considered, Takshila city is an important place. It is located 35 kilometers away from Islamabad. Lord Buddha, before enlightenment, during his childhood, learned all art and skills from a teacher known as Disapamok, who lived in Taksala city. It was one of the main cities in the Gandhara area where so many scholars reside those days. Most high-class people of the society received education from centers established in this city. The most ancient Taksala Buddhist University was also placed in this city. Do you know Taksala University is very ancient university in the world, Buddhist university, and most scholars lived there. For mastering Buddhist art and culture and architecture, this city plays a major role with more than 50 archaeological artifacts distributed over 30 kilometers. Some important artifacts include Dharmarajika Stupa and temple complex, Bihir Mount, Sirikap, Chandial temple, and Jaulian temple. So you can you play the presentation? There are historical facts that confirm King Ashoka made a huge contribution to promote and spread Buddhism based on this city in 3rd century BC. In 218 BC, King Ashoka convened a Dhamma council with the participation of 1,000 Buddhist monks and sent Buddhist missionaries to 9 countries in order to spread Buddhism. As a result of that, Gandhara happened to be one country out of that 9. It was clear that Buddhism was more popular after 1st century BC in Gandhara. It was very popular until 11th century BC, and the period between 1st century to 5th century is known as Golden Era. After 11th century, due to invasion by foreign army, Buddhism slowly disappeared from Gandhara. In earlier days, entire city of Gandhara was a Buddhist city and contributed as a center of spreading Mahayana Buddhism. One of the important Buddhist ruins in Gandhara include Thakkibai temple complex, which is located 80 kilometers from Peshawar. You can see in screen. This was rediscovered in early 20th century by UNESCO and was named as a World Heritage. That is World Heritage Site in 1980, which provides evidence one day to life of people those days. The ancient coins found from this place give proof that this was inhabited by Buddhist and Hindu people. In the temple complex, there were halls or passages to air and small cages on the wall to light lamps. According to the description by a Chinese traveler, Song Yung, this city was one of the main places which was located along the path of commercial road to India. This city was well protected from Great Wall around the city, and in north there were 4 doors. The Buddhist ruins of Thakkibai include many architectural monuments, including stupa, large building, and temple complex. In 1871, Sergeant Wiltshire discovered many Buddha statues from Thakkibai. Some statues represented Lord Buddha's life event and others are bodhisattvas. In stupas, there are small hall-like sections from 3 sides, and archaeologists believe that space was allocated for Buddha statues. In the north side, the monastery consisted of multi-ethnic style of Buddhist art that developed in the Gandhara region and Peshawar city especially. The style of Greek-Roman origin seems to have flourished largely during the Kushan dynasty in 1st century BC. They sculptured a Buddha statue for the first time during the reign of King Kanishka. Buddha image was carved into gold coin for the first time. It is very important. The statues in Gandhara are of unique style and characteristic. They are more similar to statues of Greek and Rome gods. These statues depict the skill of the sculpture. Among them, Hotimandar Buddhist statue, Thakkibai Buddhist statue, Shari Bahal Buddhist statue, and statue that depict self-mortification. It is Dushkara Kriya are significant. Also, the carving on stone are very remarkable artifacts. The birth of Prince Siddhartha, enlightenment of Buddha, and defeating Maradutas, Mara Parajay are notable out of them. So accordingly, it is evident that Gandhara region of Pakistan is historically important, with ancient Buddhist ruins which are more than 2,300 years old spread throughout the area. This is not only important to Buddhists, but it is a heritage site to the entire world. Thus, it is our responsibility to look after and maintain for the sake of the next generation. Sri Lanka being a Buddhist country, we extend our fullest cooperation for achieving the goal. Pakistan is our brother country. I would like to thank Pakistan for still being Muslim. I am really pleased and satisfied to see the initiative that Pakistan has taken to review the Gandhara. And it is your resource. I would like to thank all of you Pakistans. This protect you and to world. So it is, there are more brother countries, your brother countries. So let's be together and protect them. Thank you so much. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. May all beings be happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable, for shedding light on the Buddhist heritage of Pakistan. I mean, I'm sure you must have realized that given the huge number, the huge turnout here, a lot of the audience is deeply interested in Pakistan's Buddhist heritage, and Gandhara is not like a foreign country for them. So we all of us have been visiting, admiring, appreciating this Buddhist heritage of Pakistan, and it is high time that state of Pakistan has actually taken ownership of this initiative, which is being conducted under the state patronage. So apart from the academics and the archaeologists, I mean, there's a huge lay public which is also interested in reclaiming Pakistan's ancient heritage. And Sri Lanka has always been a strong support for Pakistan, and Sri Lankan High Commission has always extended its fullest cooperation in helping us, celebrate Vesak Day in Pakistan for the last several years. Although Cambodia and Vietnam have been little sort of, far behind in Thailand and Sri Lanka, and Nepal, and so we are really grateful that scholars are also monks are also taking interest in Pakistan's Buddhist heritage. And I also must tell Pakistani audience that the monks from the Buddhist world are highly educated people. I mean, when I look at the profile of all these distinguished guests, one realizes that, invariably every second, third person has a PhD, right? And they have a PhD, and they're also teaching in various universities. And I think I also represent a university of VA here, so I think it will be crucially important that our universities are able to create linkages, with this body of monks in the Buddhist world, so we learn and appreciate this heritage better, right? Now, with this, I would like to invite our third speaker, who is a Venerable Ashin Sabuta. He's also a PhD, and he has been teaching in several Buddhist universities, and is currently affiliated with Bodh Gaya Monastery, Myanmar. Please welcome.
All distinguished guests and diplomats and government officials and ladies and gentlemen and the audience of the Pakistani people, good afternoon. I do not take too much time because I think you are boring to be sitting on the floor because you have been sitting on the floor for about 4 hours since the morning time. So I do not take it so long time. I would like to express my deeply thanks to the government of Pakistan and the Ministry of the Tourism and the organizers who held this Gandhara Symposium in 2023. I came from Myanmar. So as you know, Myanmar now leading Buddhist countries in the world. And in the Buddhist literature, and in learning and in teaching the Buddhist literature is developing in Myanmar. And also, as for me, I never been to Pakistan. This is the first time for me. And I'm interested to get to the Islamabad and to pay visit to the Gandhara heritage and Takshila, Mathura Giza city, and other some religious sites. Since my childhood, I came to know about the Takshila and Gandhara whenever I study the Buddhist literature, because in the Buddhist literature, about the Gandhara and about the Takshila are mentioned in so many places. It is a very significant for the Buddhist people to come to here to pay homage to the religious society, especially Buddhist religious society. And why and when Buddhism came to Pakistan, actually in the 3rd century BC, there was a king called the Ashoka who ruled the India continent for many years. During the time of Ashoka, the 3rd Great Council was held during the time of Ashoka. After the 3rd Great Council, the King Ashoka sent missionary monks to the 9 different places to the India continent. Among of them, the Majantika Thera, Pandey Majantika, was sent to the Kashmir and Gandhara to propagate the teachings of the Buddha. From that time onwards, Buddhism was Florence and Gandhara, now called in Pakistan. After 12th century AD, due to many reasons, due to different reasons, Buddhism has gradually declined day by day and year by year. Now, the government of the Pakistan has trying to discover the heritage, the Buddhist heritage, and to pay knowledge and awareness to the people who are living around the world, especially adored, especially Buddhist people. So I would like to say a great thank you to the government of Pakistan, especially to the archaeological departments, and also the officers and the authority concerned in this government of Pakistan. So we are required to make the cooperation to be successful whatever we dream in our life. And in this morning session, Mr. Ramesh Kumar said, the Gandhara heritage, the developing of the Gandhara heritage is his dream. Gandhara heritage, the religious sites, must be developing, must be flourishing, must be popular. It is his dream that he said in this morning session. I heard about that. I wish to be so as soon as quickly as possible as. Because you know, in our country, the people of our country, they are interested in to visit to the religious site, especially to the Takshila. Because the people of Myanmar, in their childhood, they have to study about the Takshila. Takshila, the University of the Asian Takshila is very famous in Myanmar. Since childhood, our childhood, we heard about this, we have to learn about the Takshila. So I would like to pay advice to the authority concerned who promoted this Gandhara heritage to be popular around the world. The first one is that to give the educated security to the pilgrim group who will come from around the world. And also, and invite to the travel agents in the respected country, especially Myanmar, Thailand, and Cambodia, for example. For example, on last year, I think August or September, the embassy of the Pakistan in Myanmar, they invited all the monks and travel agents. Travel agents, and they promoted the awareness. The awareness, and they invited to the travel agent to come to here. The most important thing is that travel agents may have awareness about the Gandhara region and about the culture of the Pakistani people. If they are going to know more and more, they will be interested in to pay the homage to visit to the Gandhara region also. Huh? So, Gandhara is the significance not only for Buddhists but also for other people, especially to the people of the Pakistan. Because you know, Buddhism arrived to the Pakistan after that great concert. King Asoka sending his missionary to here. And so the people of here, their ancestral, their father and their grandfather and their mother from before 11th century AD, and supported to the Buddhism, and studied the Buddhist literature. And due to many different reasons, the Buddhism declined here, but the Buddhist heritage site is properly protected by the government of Pakistan. So I deeply thank to the government of Pakistan for protecting to the religious sites of the Pakistan. And in conclusion, the opportunity and the challenges to promote the tourism business here in this Pakistan. The opportunity is now you are invited to the Buddhist market and Buddhist people from the Myanmar, Thailand, and Cambodia. We definitely, whenever we arrive back to our country, we will deliver the message to the people of our country and to give the awareness how about the Pakistan that we should visit to the religious society, especially to the Gandhara region, and something like that. We promise to do that. We promise that. And also, I will write some articles about the Gandhara in my country with the English and Myanmar language to give the awareness about the Gandhara and to promote the religious tourism in Pakistan. Okay, thank you for you are listening to me. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Venerable, for your reflections on Gandhara and also, for your kind words for the country's, drive to actually regenerate Pakistan's Buddhist heritage. And I'm sure your presence will make all the difference when you go back to your home country. You will be able to spread the word about Gandhara. Let me also quickly tell you that we have also produced maps of Gandhara, and they are in languages of the Buddhist countries as well. We have started off with Japanese, Chinese, and Korean. And I'm sure we would also like to translate it to your native languages as well. So we, as an institution, as a government, as people are trying hard to be as much hospitable as possible. And these seminars are also part of our effort to educate our own Pakistani public as well, that yes, we are all proud Muslims, but we are also inheritor of a grand civilization, which is like a world civilization. Buddhism is spread almost in every country in the world, and even these European countries have so many of these, Buddhist population, and they have so much of interest there. So Pakistan and tourism can certainly benefit from your presence, and we really wholeheartedly welcome you all. Now, our last speaker is Venerable Yong Sang Yen. Venerable Yit is the Deputy Director, Secretariat of the Body of Sangha Buddhist of Cambodia. I welcome you, Excellency. Please come to the floor.
My deep respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. I am the last to go, and I know that this time is a lunch time. Most of you are very hungry, and I am too. And listening to the previous speakers, all talking about the significance of Gandhara. Everything which is related to Gandhara. And our speakers has already covered up and touched upon most of the Gandhara. My dear friends, before I took a flight to Pakistan, I told my mother that I'm going to Islamabad. Her answer was, "Are you not afraid?" Then I was stuck to answer to what she asked me, but I just laughed and I said goodbye to her. Once I arrived at the Bangkok airport and I got to gate C4, which were full of Pakistani friends. some of our Pakistan people approached me and asked, why are you going to Pakistan? I told him that I'm going to attend a conference. Are you not afraid? Then the second time of the question of being scary to come to this beautiful country keep popping up in my mind, even though last night and this morning. I gave many interviews to the media just 2 hours ago, and the very common questions put on me is, are you feel safe to be here? Then my friends, I think there must be something misunderstanding or misconception or misreserve about being in Pakistan. The first question that my mother asked me was not well seriously considered. But when I arrived here, the Pakistan people keep asking that question the same as my mother did ask. Then it's kind of like, I think this conference have to do something. Have to do something. Why? Because as a Buddhist, we know, we heard, we read the name Gandhara civilization. From the very first year of my monastic life, 32 years ago, I knew Gandhara civilization. But Gandhara civilization those days was a fairy tale to me. Because Gandhara civilization seemed to be not well exposed to the outside world. And I think that this symposium should be the starting point or a stepping stone that we can give or we can send a message about Gandhara to the outside world to see, to feel, to reconnect it. There are a lot of misperceptions about coming to Pakistan. To be honest, my friends, to be honest. So I think that through these venerable monks from different parts of the world, we can bring back a message back to our countries and tell about the friendliness, the warm welcome, and the great significance of Gandhara in Pakistan. I have one suggestion. I have many, but I just one. I think most of the scholars, of Buddhist scholars, know Gandhara civilization, Taxila. But the common Buddhists do not know. Or it's some kind of like a dream. If you ask a common general Buddhist, they say, maybe I heard, maybe I not, or I don't know. But this is such great civilization. Why it has to be hidden and not well exposed to the outside world? It is a great civilization. So my suggestion for you, my Pakistan friends, I think we have to do something which to build trust in order to invite all the Buddhist people around the world to come and see and reconnect with this great civilization. But we have to start from a small, how to build trust and let them feel safe. But actually, Pakistan is not an insecure country. Pakistan is just like us, but the thing is, the outside world feels something different or misconception. We must find a way to dispel this misperception about Pakistan if we try to have in order to have the Buddhist pilgrimage. I think that we can talk so many things, but one thing is clear. In order to invite all those millions Buddhists across the globe to come to see this Gandhara civilization. First, I think we can start from a very simple project. Today we have done it. That is to invite all these Buddhist leaders to come, and we go back and we spread the message. And the second one, most of these Buddhist leaders are working in the academic world. So any academic exchange programs can be established, because I also work as an acting Buddhist rector, and I have hundreds of Buddhist monks study in my universities. So the best way is to start to have the best way is to invite all those monks to come and see it, and then the word of mouth is gonna spread across the countries, and it can build trust, and the common people will come for sure. My friends, comparing to India, comparing to Sri Lanka, to Myanmar, about the exposure of the Buddhist heritage, Sri Lanka is still limited. So we Buddhists stand by you and are ready to help you in order to get out and let this Gandhara civilization walk across the globe. My conclusion is, my friends, the best way to preserve your cultural heritage is to share with the world. In order to preserve it, is to share with the world. Allow us to be part of this great civilization. And we are very happy, very excited. And I know that if the common Buddhists start to come to see this great civilization, then the bridge will be established. Thank you, my friends. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think Venerable has given a very good suggestion, and I just want to highlight it for our local audience that Pakistan needs to, motivate Buddhists not only to visit for tourism, but also to create linkages with educational counterparts. If the Pakistani educational institutions start hosting, Buddhists who are also scholars, they are not just practicing monks, but they are also highly educated lot. So I think this is one way when Pakistan, Buddhists and Pakistani academics and students, when they come together in an educational setting, I think this link will be strengthened. And I would also like to say that, because of variety of reasons, this particular heritage has been stalled. Now we are trying to regenerate it. And I think your presence and our reciprocal visits to your countries with exhibits and a lot of exhibitions. For instance, there is a Buddhist art exhibition in the lobby. You can always invite our artists to actually curate an exhibition there in your home countries. That will give your local audience a great opportunity to see what Pakistan is about and actually create clear this impression of terrorism that we had. Now, with these words, we close this session, and I'll invite Colonel Talat. He wants to make few quick announcements. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. Thank you very much. As a matter of respect to our honorable guests, आप प्लीज़ सारे बैठे रहेंगे, and I will request honorable guests, faith leaders to move first. Please. आप थोड़ी देर बैठे रहिए ताकि ये अपनी जगह जब छोड़ देंगे तो फिर आप लोगों को मैं बताता हूँ क्या करना है. सर आप भी. Sir. Speakers and moderators can accompany the monks and faith leaders. Saeed. चलें चलें बस ठीक है बाद में हो जाएगा प्लीज़ आप हसन जी प्लीज़ ये फोटो सेशन बाद में कर लें प्लीज़ फोटो सेशन बाद में आप मूव करें चलें प्लीज मूव करें सर ये आप मैनेजमेंट प्लीज गेस्ट को गाइड कर दें हसन सईद हाँ जी चलें बाकी जितने मोअज़्ज़ज़ मेहमान हैं उनके लिए लंच का अरेंजमेंट बिल्कुल पीछे भी है और इस हॉल से बाहर भी है तीन जगह पे है लेकिन अभी नहीं है मैं बताऊंगा तो होगा चलें जी प्लीज़ हैव लंच